So this right here is the biggest Daiso in Tokyo, at least from my research. So I mean, look at all these floors, all Daiso. And lately you guys have been loving my Daiso vlogs. I've genuinely loved buying cooking tools at Daiso. I'm excited to see what they got here. First floor.
These need no batteries at all, look.
Nice. Oh, little fan, because it does get super hot.
I wish we had this inside because it's cheaper and no battery.
Yeah. One thing that makes Daiso so unique for us Americans, it's a portal into Japanese products, culture, and just everything that we love about it. But here in Japan, Daiso is just a dollar store. So that's why I want to see specifically what is different here that we don't have there. Girls are going crazy over there in the snack section. But more specifically, what kind of cooking tools they have. Because when you start cooking, it can get really expensive buying all these different tools. I love the fact that you can get like a specialty tool for $1 or $2, and Daiso is definitely the best place. So there's a lot here. I'm just looking for the cooking stuff. There's just aisles and aisles and aisles of food. Kitchen goods, third floor. One thing about Japan, tiny little escalators. I just realized this Daiso has an escalator. I've never been to a Daiso that had an escalator. Only really big ones, but only one floor. Crazy. Oh my Lord, look at this. It looks like a Williams Sonoma, except Japanese cookware. Wow. All of this? Oh my gosh. All this. Wow. Wow. Okay, I'm just gonna do a lap to show you guys how much stuff there is. Oh my gosh. Oh my lordies. All this. Look, this is the size of a regular Daiso. All this, we got some chopsticks over there. More bowls. I'm gonna be here for a while. More cooking tools, whatever these are, accessories. Let's just go ahead and start over here. Okay, this floor is as big as a normal Daiso in the States. I wasn't expecting this. I thought maybe they'd have a section of a floor, but this whole floor is all cooking tools. I have this thing about strainers, and this is strainer heaven. If I had more room in my kitchen, I would get some of these strainers. I love how they have different sizes for different purposes. Like this, maybe you're just trying to strain something and catch the liquid, so it's got a little bowl underneath and a strainer on top. These are the specialty items that are perfect and make sense to buy here at Daiso, because how much is this? If it's not marked, it's close to $1, I believe, or $1.50. By the way, right now, the exchange rate is crazy. So if you want to come to Japan, not necessarily do it on the cheap, but do it cheaper than normal right now, it's probably not going to last. I have a feeling by next year, it's going to go down. This is why you see a lot of Americans, a lot of tourists in general. I don't know how Japanese feel about it, but I'm sure businesses love it. But what's kind of interesting, there's nobody up here. I've seen 3 people up here. Okay, back to strainers. So it's really hot right now. So soba is something you eat a lot, and this strainer right here, more shallow, is perfect for that. Normally when they eat soba, it's like a wooden strainer, but this one would be cool, and it shows you right there a little picture behind it. See those little clips or the hooks on the edge? You put it right onto the pot. It strains the soba because you don't want your noodles too wet when you're dipping it. That's what I'm talking about. Strainers, different sizes, different purposes. I like to have strainers that both don't have a handle and have a handle. And same thing, got the bigger ones down here, got the smaller ones. Interesting enough, they also have these big plastic bowls. Now these bowls, I would not mix batter or whipped cream in it because it's kind of a cheaper plastic. But say you just need to hold your ingredients before you're cooking them, this is the type of bowl you'd want. These are strainers that collapse. I'm not sure what you would use this for. This is perfect for me though, because I don't have a lot of room, so boom. Got your strainer. The holes are only on the bottom. Then when you're done using it, store it. Okay, I'm not sure what you would use this strainer for. This is a super flat one. Doesn't collapse, it's just a regular strainer. Maybe to keep moisture off your vegetables, or if it drips. Chefs out there, what would you use this strainer for? Let me know. The Daisos at home, we don't have these 2-for-1s, strainer plus a bowl. Definitely have never seen this shape either. funnels, many different kinds of funnels, different sizes, of course, some super big ones, interesting ones. Oh, it's a strainer that goes on the top of a bottle, water bottle or soda bottle, has threads right in there. That's cool. And I'm assuming just to fill it up with whatever you want. You know what I would use this for? When I'm done using deep fry oil, I'll put it into a bottle and then I'll throw it away. This is perfect for that. I bet the girls would love these. These are popsicle makers. Funny place to put it, right next to the funnels. Oh, well, I guess you would use the funnel to fill this up, but you can make some push pops with these. Oh, this is a tool to make noodles. Tokoroten noodle maker. A little small for me, but I swear by vegetable strainers, the ones that spin, and at 300 yen. It's kind of funny that they have a small one, which kind of makes sense. I just have one size, and it's a really big one. And of course, it could strain anything that's small. It would be convenient when you're just straining a little bit, like maybe a little bit of cilantro. I can see how I would use that. Frankly, I can see how I could use all of this if I had the room. Okay, this is Pyrex galore. I don't know if you would call this Pyrex because Pyrex is a brand, but these are measuring cups. I've seen these before. Fully stackable, nice. Got the measurements. These are the kind of beakers you'd see for a science experiment. But what I like about this is that little spout on the end. So that makes it easy for you to mix and then pour it into whatever dish and keep it clean. There's these square ones. Why would you want a square one versus a round one? Maybe for it to store easier. Oh, I think we have these. These are measuring spoons. Tiny little measuring cups. Now this I can totally understand getting because, you know, if you have a tablespoon, for example, up here, teaspoon, tablespoon, I think they're probably very similar even though they're not in the same measurements. Sometimes you need 2, 3, 4 tablespoons, so this is perfect for that, so you're not having to measure it out every single spoonful. You can just use these tiny little measuring cups. That is cool, and I might get this. More strainers and baskets. I've been looking for a basket like this. They call this a miso strainer. I just want one for noodles, but much bigger. I haven't been able to find it anywhere, but this is a little bit small for me. These are fry baskets, which are perfect. But what would make it even better is if there was a clip right here so that you could clip it to the side. But I do like that it has feet so that you can rest it on the counter and then it drains out. I always put a paper bag underneath, obviously, to keep the table clean. These skimmers are perfect. I bought mine from Daiso. So when you're doing a broth or anything with liquid and you want to skim the top, one of these flat but fine meshed skimmers, perfect. I love this one. I use it a lot. Okay, so we're now in the knife section. And the first thing that stands out, tons of cutting boards. Way bigger selection than I've ever seen. Sometimes I prefer the plastic ones, even though I personally always use a wooden cutting board. What I like is when they have the edge that grips. This one, I don't know if it grips. Also, if you're gonna move your cutting board, so if you're gonna chop it on here and move it to another part, it is nice having a plastic one that's kind of light. Wooden ones are kind of heavy for that. This right here is a good example. Super thin. Say you're gonna cut onions or garlic for a dish. Maybe you forgot something, you have to chop it up real quick. You just chop it on this, move it to the other side, drop it in, easy to clean. Especially if it was dishwasher safe, is it? More and more lately, I'm looking for things that are dishwasher safe because I spend probably at least an hour of my day cleaning the kitchen. That includes washing dishes. So I'm working that dishwasher every day, sometimes twice a day too. This is new for me. It's got this little lip on here. What is that for? Oh, okay, I see. It's a handle, handy for temporary placement of cut ingredients. Put the grip at the bottom. See, this I've never seen. I wonder if products and Daiso come out here first before they come to America, because this is kind of cool. Now, I wouldn't buy this because it wouldn't store easily. But again, if I had a bigger pantry, more storage, I'm buying all these. Lots of knives. This cleaver, probably a good deal. See, the thing about a cleaver like this, you don't use it often, so I can see myself buying one of these. My cleaver is from the thrift store, which I know I still need to do a thrift store vlog, but buying a cheap one, I mean, it's 500 yen, so it's more expensive than most of the other stuff, but I mean, for the price, if you need a cleaver that you only use once a month, right there. You know, forever I was sharpening my own knives before I sent it out to a professional. I just use one of these grinding wheels. I have one that's got 3 different textures, different coarse levels, but for beginners, that's all you need. These scrapers are awesome. I have a metal one that's used for baking, but this plastic one, it is nice that it bends. And again, for the price, I like it. I don't need one because I do have one at home. I do like that it's got this flat edge and then it gets thicker on the top so it's easier to grip. Oh, look at this one. It's like a dustpan. Obviously it's not as big as a dustpan, but it's got kind of the edge right there so that you can get more ingredients and it doesn't fall out. Similar to that cutting board over there. This totally makes sense because sometimes you've got a lot. I would prefer this one to be a slightly bigger though. This is genius. Look at this. You know, sometimes you don't know where to put the lid and it's got a lot of moisture, or even your ladle because it's messy from the food. And you just, I mean, we have this little plate or this dish that we put it on. But what I like about this is everything, all the liquid drops down here and then you just dump it out. This is smart right here. If I see this at Daiso in America, I'm definitely buying this. I'm finding all kinds of new stuff. We just lean our cutting boards after we wash them against the wall on the plate drying towel, but having this, that's nice. Need a pot? They got you. All different sizes. Look at this. A splatter guard. This is nice. They call it the oil splash protection net. But I would totally use this even on sauces, like a red sauce where the tomato sauce is bubbling and sometimes it splatters or splashes. I would totally use this. I actually have one, but it is, again, nice to have different size options because this one would be better for the smaller pans that I have. I have one that's about this size right here, this size. But yeah, this looks like a regular lid holder, which is cool because it gives you kind of a good grip compared to having just like a little knob, but doubles also as a place to put your chopsticks. So rather than putting your chopsticks on the counter and it could get dirty and make a mess on your counter, it's got a little bit of a slot here where you can just lay your chopsticks. This is the kind of stuff that you find at Daiso that I really appreciate. The only thing is you replace the current one you have with this, and they call it a saving space lid stand, which I kind of understand, but you know what it doesn't help you on? The actual lid itself, because this is so much more bulky than just having a little knob, but still really cool. This is a first for me here too. I've barely scratched the surface. I don't even know how long I've been vlogging for, but I've seen maybe like 10%, 15% of this floor. This is a super niche kitchen tool. You lay it over your food directly, so it doesn't go on the actual pot itself. It just lays over the food. And this is for when you want to reduce the flavors or reduce the stock or the liquid. And normally, I think people use a wooden version of this or even make a paper version, but this is nice. And these spikes let the moisture go back down. So yeah, this is cool. Where I needed one of these is when I was making chashu pork for ramen. It reduced it, let all those flavors get really strong. And you have to have a lid kind of like this. So of course it's not very common in America, but here where they make these kind of dishes, very, very convenient. I have a couple of these at home. So this is nice because this is where you would put your pot lids. Just stack them up, or you turn it on its side and then you can stack all of your actual pans on this too. So inside of our cabinet up top, I have our pans stacked up like this. So in this picture will show you, we do this exact same thing. That way you save room and you're not wasting all the room up here versus just stacking and having a whole mess down there. Highly recommend one of these if you need to save room. You don't have to go to Daiso, just get it at Amazon. Good selection of cast iron pans. And one thing about Japan, they put them into these little toaster ovens. So sometimes, I don't know why they don't have a handle on them. So instead of having a handle, they have these little handheld handles, and it's specifically made to grip the edge so you can pull it out. It does make for a nicer presentation when you have it like this versus having the handle, because the one downside of having a handle, even though, I mean, this is what I do at home, is this is super hot. Now this is hot, right? But this is hot, and if someone tries to move it and they are not really thinking, they could burn themselves. What I do is I put some kind of pot holder right over it, But if you have one of these and you have one of these that don't have a handle, that is nice. I just realized too, even if you do put this into the oven with the handle, you still might want to use this so that you don't have to have a, like a pot holder or some kind of glove. So yeah, I guess you could use it for both. Okay, this is really cool. I hope we get one of these in America. So if you like tamagoyaki, that's the egg dish that you get at the end of a sushi meal, the sweet egg one. This is a special pan that's made for it. So how this works, you mix up your eggs, you put a thin layer on the bottom, and then you just roll it, and then you put a thin layer right here, roll it, and then eventually you just get kind of a log of egg, and then that log gets put to the side, sliced up, and that's tamagoyaki. And this is specifically made just for that dish, which is very common in Japan to have one of these, but not common in America. I've never seen one of these actually in person. I've only seen videos of it. Because you probably wouldn't make it very often, this is one of those things that if you're here, you see this and you like tamagoyaki, totally worth packing and bringing home. I do it the cheap way. I just use a regular cast iron pan, but it's just way more convenient because of the shape of this one.
Except for my friend. All this furikake. I don't know why.
We have to stock up.
Oh, we do need furikake. Okay, yes, I will be your pack meal.
Daddy, this is.
I'll tell you, this Daiso
things
is a
in
little
here.
bit overwhelming. You girls need to use indoor voices.
But Dad, we couldn't find it. We were running around all over.
It's okay. I was in the
But can we just
kitchen
stay
tools.
next to Oh, we went up there and then they said, well, he's probably not up here.
That's what they said to you?
No, he said that.
Oh, got
Daddy,
it.
this is
me see.
10 of these for 100 yen. 108 yen. For 10 of these. 10 of those.
Is that cheaper than America?
No.
Daddy, it's like $1. You know, like how.
I know, it's
100
actually
yen?
less than that.
So it's like 90 cents. 90 cents
I think it's
for
like
10 of these.
75 cents.
So I got
actually.
10 of these.
Okay, nice.
I'm gonna make gift baskets for my friends.
Yeah?
So then we all like Hello Kitty.
Yeah.
So then I got I have like 4 friends. So then they're each gonna get one of these.
could have, like,
and then they're
these.
gonna have pocket mirrors.
Okay.
And then stickers. And then
Nice. Pretty crazy. Okay, and I guess we got a lot of furikake. If you're curious about furikake, this is just a rice seasoning that you put on there. This one specifically is very hard to find in America. In fact, it's impossible. Everybody that has this loves it and gets addicted to it. Back to shopping for kitchen stuff. Now I got a basket, so. Naturally, lots of rice paddles, rice spoons. There's a couple things about this one that's unique. One, it says made in Japan, so not everything is made in China. And then I don't know why this has this texture. Standing rice paddle. Okay, that's cool. So there's a really thick bottom so you can stand it up, which makes sense so you don't get rice on your counter. But what is it about this? Stores neatly without taking up space because it stands up? I don't know. The longer chopsticks are specifically made for cooking so you can grab things without getting the splatter on you. I've seen these before, just different shapes. Oh, this one comes apart. Why would you want that? Oh, okay. So this comes apart for multiple uses. Put them together for when you want to scoop rice. Break off the small one when you want to scoop potato salad. And then this one when you need to get a certain edge maybe, I don't know, when you're packing it. That one works as a knife too when you want to cut something like tiny little pieces of noodles. So this is a must. Having a rice spoon or rice paddle that comes with a little holder. Oftentimes though, the reason you would have to buy one of these, because normally a rice cooker will come with a little rice paddle holder, but it breaks off just because it moves around. Somebody like jams it in there. So rather than buying the expensive one, oh, and it's a suction cup. So that's cool. Because usually there's a little clip on the side of these, but these little accessories sometimes cost a lot. This right here, also made in Japan. This is the way to go. That makes it convenient. In fact, you don't even have to stick it on the rice cooker. You could stick it anywhere. That's cool. I like that. Okay, what is this? I'm finding all kinds of crazy stuff. What is this? It's like a multi-tool. Tell me, what is this for? They even have little scoopers to measure out your rice. Surprisingly, this is something nice to have because we've lost a lot of our cups that come with the rice cookers. So for $1 or even less than $1, and it looks nicer too. This is the longest I've ever hung out at a Daiso. Okay, I apologize for anybody that is bored of these rice scoop accessories, but again, I'm finding new things. This is a rice scoop that just sits on the counter and has a little cover. You just set it in there. That's it. People love it. There's a lot of them. Earth rice measuring cup. Okay, whatever it is, they got it. Even basic things like string for the kitchen, they have to make it cute. It's a little piggy string holder. I guess you do use it for pork. Yellow and a pink one. Just because, why not? Hey, this is definitely the biggest collection of graters I've ever seen, even at like a regular cooking store. So in Asian cooking, you eat a lot of ginger, so this is perfect for that. Has a grater in there. It's got a little container to catch the grated ginger. This one has a cover, which is nice because say you want to grate ahead of time and just have it in the fridge. There you go. This is what most people have. It doesn't have a holder. Doesn't have a cover, it's just a straight grater. Also, in Japanese cooking, you grate daikon, Japanese radish. So this one is a little bigger, got a much bigger container, catch it. Again, really convenient because rather than all of this just going onto a cutting board and then scraping it off, this just catches it, catches the juices. That actually is really smart, maybe for 1 clove of garlic. You just need to grate it real quick, and same thing. Catches it, and then you just slide it right onto your dish. Liquid squeeze bottles galore, but we've been here way long enough. Oh, by the way, look, little holder for bananas.
It's kind of necessary because we already have one. So.
Yeah, but guess what? Ours broke. I want to come back here because I want to get snacks. I also want to vlog all the snacks because there's just so much food. So this Daiso is in Funabashi Station, or it's near Funabashi Station. It's not even a 5-minute walk. Totally would recommend it, and it's gigantic.
Daddy, we're done.
We're done. I'm done too. Let's go. Remember that flavor tube holder I talked about? See, a lot of people probably recognize this. This brand, S&B. If you've got the Japanese mustard or the wasabi, you have these tubes. But here, you've got, I think that's a ginger tube, fumisuizen. I'm not sure, it's some kind of flavor packet, but look, all these are tubes that normally would just kind of be bunched up in your refrigerator door, but with that holder, it comes in clutch. I've been here for an hour and I haven't even seen all the snacks yet. This is kind of crazy. It's like a legit grocery store. I mean, there's aisles and aisles and aisles of snacks. Almost everything you would find at a regular grocery store. The thing that they don't have here is like fresh produce, meat, cheeses, dairy. But anything packaged, anything in a bottle, anything you can store on a shelf, like sauces, dressings, got it here. Ketchup, oils, vinegars. Normally their food selection at a regular Daiso is similar to like a convenience store food section. It's very small. It's just the necessities. Here, you could cook a whole meal from this stuff as long as you got the other ingredients like the veggies and the proteins somewhere else. And I'm not gonna vlog it, but I'm assuming the price is right. Now we're getting in the toy section. Okay, don't need to be here. On the plane, I mentioned how the curry tasted like these pre-made curry packets. This is what I'm talking about. See this curry right here is pre-made. It's got all the ingredients in it. You just heat it up in the microwave. I think sometimes you can actually, yeah, like this right there. You can boil it in hot water. It heats up, put it on rice. You've got curry that you didn't have to prepare, that you didn't have to cook. You just heat it up. And the flavor of this is very unique. I don't know if it's the preservative or what happens when it sits in a bag, but the curry on Japan Airlines tasted just like this. Naturally, lots of noodles, lots of ramen, probably udon. These smaller packets of ramen. This is tiny compared to what you normally see right there. Here's a side-by-side. Japanese size, American size. I mean, obviously, Japanese eat that too. So these little pre-cooked rice packets that you just pop into the microwave, I've vlogged them before, but I've never seen these pre-made fried rice packets similar to the white rice, except it's got flavors to it. Just pop it in the microwave and bam, you got yourself a meal. Okay, I'm really proud of these girls. They all checked out by themselves. Okay, here we go.
I have this and this.
The water was ours.
Yeah, this is mine.
And then you
I
bought
got this pizza.
Okay, how much was that?
Yes.
I said it was going to be not even 2,000 yen. How much was it?
It was 1,001 yen.
What? Okay, that's what, like $7 or something like that? Okay, how much was your bag? Let me see.
No idea.
Oh, you don't remember? How many yen?
She didn't check.
Yeah, your receipt.
Well, you had to pay for it. How much yen did you pay? Oh,
1,625.
okay. And then how much was yours?
Okay,
Juliana?
mine. I didn't get back. Just like
Her
I
whole
mean,
bag is full right now.
Because
though.
that's why I have such a big bag.
Yeah, how much was it?
So look at all these things. I got. Okay, so
Okay.
I got
lots of
these for
stuff.
my friends.
Yep.
Because I'm gonna make gift baskets.
Okay.
It was the total became 3,280. Wait.
What did I say it was going to be? Wasn't I? Didn't I say it was
like
going to be?
2,000.
So it was 3,000? It wasn't. Oh, it was 3,000?
It's
She
just
bought,
like,
like-
Oh yeah. See,
bought,
I just
like,
don't know.
3 of
But still,
everything.
that's not that much.
I know.
And I bought, I don't know, like 16 packets of furikake. So my mind is ready to relax and eat
That's
something.
$21.
Oh yeah, here we go.
Well, that's
Nine. Yeah, you
One
said
of my
This
this is my
whole bag?
childhood favorite drink right here.
it's not
$21, and I have so much like stuff in it.
Whoa!
Spill it.
It's got little lychee pieces.
None of the Coke.
Oh my gosh, incredible.
That, see, on a hot day,
I
a
know.
peach drink,
I wanna try
very
it.
refreshing. Daiso, you did us good. Thank you. If you're a Daiso fan, especially if you like cooking tools from Daiso, look at this.
Snacks.
Totally worth a visit. It's a little bit outside of Tokyo. We're, funny enough, just staying in the area. This is just by chance. I barely scratched the surface. I'm gonna come back and buy
so
my
cheap.
snacks.
So I didn't even
Yeah,
get to
it's
the top
super
floor.
cheap. Definitely cheaper than America, which is
Affordable, not
crazy.
cheap.
Yes,
Affordable.
more affordable. That's right. That's a better term.
It's so cheap.
Highly recommend it. I'm gonna be coming back, and this one is just you could spend all day. I mean, I'm not really a big shopper. I don't like to shop a lot when I'm traveling, but sometimes I do shop. And if you're coming to Japan and you want to buy gifts, especially if you love to cook, this one, Funabashi. I said it before. We'll put it in the links below on how to get here.
I saved room
Very
in my
convenient.
backpack for this.
Time to go though, because I'm hungry.